folks, our favourite Nigel Farage impressionist is back. The pro-EU bunch are here on Trafalgar Square. He was singing a little while ago. Now, regrettably, I missed that.
Hey, you can't cross.
Lights have gone green. Oh. Apparently, we're not allowed to cross the road.
If you need the toilet, there's some at Parliament Square. At Parliament Pier.
This is interesting.
Yeah, but... So I'm just being told.
I have no idea why no one's being allowed to cross the road. I just got to the middle and the officer told me to come back. I have no clue what's going on, folks. This morning. Wait, let me ask him 1 second, everyone. Officer, why the closure?
We've been instructed to close it so the Prime Minister can come down.
Ah, okay. Is he coming down to resign?
I don't know. PMQ is as far as I know.
I mean, one can hope. Thank you.
Until we get the go ahead, then we can let people across. We just to hold everybody here.
Okay, understood. Wow, guys, democracy in action. Apparently, the road is closed for the PM. Now that's interesting because, typically speaking, they would also stop the traffic. So I have no idea. Oh, he's back. Look. I mean, to be honest, Steve Bray there looking a bit cheeky on the right. To be honest, he's got a fantastic voice, got a real set of lungs on him. But I have no idea how long we're going to be held here. I'm thinking it might be smart to... Steve Bray is saying, sorry folks, you all need to wait for the Supreme Leader to get to Parliament. It's ridiculous that you get this kind of a squish. Look, everybody being held here, and as far as I can see, the PM's motorcade hasn't even left Downing Street. What I will do though, folks, is walk along Whitehall. I like that police officer, he's very funny. Walk along Whitehall and we might catch a glimpse of our glorious leader, Mr. Starmer, PM Starmer, coming out of Downing Street. He might emerge. So we're going to have to skip our little phone box intro, guys, which is a pity actually, because I had a bit of an update. I guess I could sort of try and focus on telling it while I'm in the middle of moving traffic. So yesterday evening, rather wonderfully, was a private viewing of those extraordinary artworks that we got to enjoy and witness being created by Rob Poynton, who was first of all the household cavalry artist in residence, and then he was also the household division artist in residence afterward. And good Lord, it was quite an extraordinary affair, I must say. It was a real pleasure to talk to some, it doesn't matter who, but some of the troopers that I'd never met before off duty. It was a real pleasure. Thank you guys for talking to me. One thing that did surprise me is, goodness me, GSM Stokes is a colossus of a man in real life. I always thought I was like quite a tall fellow, but goodness me, some of those army chaps last night, extraordinary, really. So massive thanks to Rob. And folks, this is the good part. The exhibition is public from today. So anyone is allowed to go along, view the artworks. If you'd like to purchase a glorious book that contains every single one of Rob's magnificent paintings over the past almost 2 years. And should you be so inclined, purchase one of those extraordinary paintings. It's funny, I was very tempted by one, but a wonderful thing I did find out last night is one of the troopers actually managed to purchase a painting that he himself was the subject of. And now I thought that was quite wonderful, to be honest. What a legacy, eh? For himself, for his family and for his future. One of the works, a really magnificent work, was donated as well by Rob to London District, and that's going to be hanging in the office at London District. I must remember in future, folks, never ever ever take one's partner to military affair. There were Grenadier Guard sentries on the door, and yeah, let's just say that my girlfriend was a little bit enamoured. Oh, hold on, the police are coming out and going this way. Where is... oh, here, we're going to get the PM, everybody, emerging from Downing Street. I'm just trying to think about where's the very best spot. My goodness me, they're so fussy about... I mean, at the moment he can't even get out because the road is blocked. Look, DHL have got a delivery. I'm half wondering, actually, if we can get even closer. Actually, maybe we can. Wait, let's have a quick look, see if I can get closer, folks. Get a super close-up of our glorious leader emerging from Downing Street. Closest I... Sorry, I saw this guy standing here, so I thought I could get closer. I'm guessing he's undercover. It's okay. I was in a better spot in the middle. Wait, I'll head back, guys. I'm going to go back into the middle. Yeah, sorry, the guy that I thought was a member of the public is actually PM security. This guy isn't. He's pretending to be there. Anyway, guys, here comes our glorious PM, Mr. Starmer. Comrade Starmer. Oh, being a bit eyeballed here. Let's see if we can spot him. And we know 100% he's in one of these vehicles because the officer told us. Oh, which one is he in? Oh God, obviously they're going to be blacked out, aren't they? Where are you, PM? There he is. And I bet he's in the least likely vehicle. I thought the police were going to crash into the back of that one for a second. They're not actually going anywhere. This is why I'm a bit surprised about the sort of, you know, over dramatic road closure. I mean, everything's completely solid, so where are they going? Nowhere, fundamentally. Anyway, right, I think I can now actually continue along Whitehall to Horseguards, finally. Actually, you know what, let's go the simple way. These guys are doing it the right way as well. It's a pity we didn't see our glorious leader, folks. I mean, we did see him, but then again, we didn't. I mean, he was definitely one of the vehicles. Goodness me, we peasants having to adjust our typical, lowly, serf-like daily routine for our social and political superiors. Okay, right, we're finally across. Look, even here, everybody's being told not to cross the road. What the? How utterly peculiar.
The station's on that side.
So, yes, folks, gallery. Sorry, I got distracted there, trying not to get run over. For those of you that live in London, or visiting London, or would like to come to London and see those absolutely glorious works before some of them vanish forever, including the work that Rob painted of Her Late Majesty lying in state. He was the only artist that was there, that was allowed, that was invited to capture that extraordinary moment. And his speech, in fact, was quite a humbling affair. He mentioned being, you know, a young lad from Stoke, growing up never imagining that he would get to see and capture such magnificent scenes in British history. And he did. Panter and Hall, folks. P-A-N-T-E-R. Panter and Hall on Pall Mall is the gallery that is showcasing Rob's works between today, I believe, and the 29th of November. As far as I'm aware, no appointment is required, but best to call the gallery and check, everybody. But believe me, it is well worth seeing some of those magnificent paintings. One that really did take the attention of a lot of people that I'd never seen before was an extraordinary, enormous portrait of the Guildhall. So there are a lot of works that we would not have expected, folks, and that I'd never come across. I had no idea that Robert painted 30 odd pieces in the past 2 years. Utterly extraordinary output, eh? Okay, so we're here. Where is here? Horseguards. And Blues are back, folks. The Blues and Royals. This troop we've seen in lots of different positions. He's been the Chitsman, 100%. Bear in mind he's only been in the HCAV or here at Horseguards for a month or so. Chitsman, pretty sure I saw him as a gatesman. He's back, not the first time. He's only been here a couple of times as a boxman. Fine looking fellow, very authoritative looking actually, very sort of old traditional HCAV style. Were it not for the smartphones and everything going on around me, his entire demeanour is reminiscent, from my mind, of how it possibly would have been here in the late 80s. A much better time in many, many, many ways. So that's our first boxman. Let's have a look who's at the other end. It's very, 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 very busy here this morning, everybody. Let's get ourselves through, see who's here at the other end. Here's trooper number 2, plus Blondie. It's a Blondie tourist guy, he's not a Blondie HCAV member. He's probably Swedish, because flipping out, I can't get the camera over, however high up I hold it. Oh, my friend's even taller. Okay, well, I'm guessing they're going to have all of the touristy photos in London after they finish their little tour of horseguards, Parliament Square, everything else. Imagine all of these people here, folks, all of these lowly people like me, hardly ever get to see our glorious leader who's locked away in Downing Street, toiling for the benefit of our glorious nation. Now, this lady is pushing her luck. Today, ladies and gents, simply because I'm still suffering the effects of too much champagne last night, I'm going to leave the horse naming to all of you. Not because I'm lazy, but you saw it's busy here, and I wouldn't say I've got a hangover, but I'm a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm a little bit of that, basically, but in a good way. Oh. They're all getting very close. I'm going for the 50% rule. In other words, if half of me is outside the box and I'm only half breaking the rules, I mean, I'm guessing that's kind of probably how some of the tourists look at it. There's an absolute stench, folks, at this end today. You can probably see why, but only when there's hear the kids behind say "ugh" as they walk out. Only when there's a little bit of breeze, it wafts over. But goodness gracious me, the troopers should be thinking like, "Whoa." They should have installed a sort of an auto washing, sort of spray jet system here when those cobbles are pulled up. But I'm guessing because we've got a subterranean level of cockpits, the old cockfighting pits under horse guards, under the yard, fitting any kind of drain under the box was probably out of the question. Not to mention it might require, or well have required, years of English heritage intervention. Bearing in mind this building, Horse Guards, is Grade 1 listed. In other words, it's a nationally protected monument, effectively. But in terms of, almost UNESCO World Heritage Site, but not quite, if that makes sense. One step removed. So big deal, very big deal. That said, maybe they could have put like a false floor in with the actual cobbled floor above it, and some sort of, I don't know, flood away, leak away, because sometimes when the pile really, really builds up in there, it's like, woo! What a whiffy, squiffy morning. Okay, so lots of police here today, more than usual actually. And another familiar face. Morning.
No sugar.
I know.
So
You're just making me hungry seeing it.
So I don't go giddy.
It's smart, yeah, 100%. Not only that, you're walking around all morning like I am, so it's important to make sure that you're not going to go giddy, especially out in public. Especially these days when if something went wrong, most people just kind of walk straight by.
I went giddy yes last week. So I got told to make like have a tea break.
Yeah.
So after I leave, I'll walk around and then it's alright.
It's a good idea, in fact. It's a very good idea.
So I don't go giddy.
You're a pretty fresh face though these days, I must say.
Well.
You look like you just came back from Marbella or whatever.
That's it?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, Colin's got a bit of a red face this morning, folks. Honestly, it looks like he got a bit. Either somebody gave him a slap, doubtful, as he's a nice guy, or he just got back from a little trip to Marbella. Now, when was it? Last week or the week before, we enjoyed the magnificent sight of this fine trooper, everybody, who we'd seen many times before. This Taurus is enamoured. Many times before, in this spot in the yard, he's been the tritsman more than he's been the gatesman. But for the first time ever, he was on a horse. The one and only time we've caught him, in fact, because it was the one and only time it's ever happened, was, I believe, the week before last. Going across the other side. Let's see who's today's gatesman, who's luckily being left alone. However, one thing I really do like a lot is the position he's chose to stand in. Look at that. So, for example, we see some troopers who are pretty much glued, almost with the long coat touching the algae, but he is absolutely bang in the middle. And to be fair, everybody, his posture is so magnificent that one would not be surprised if he were not real. He's absolutely holding it perfectly. Look, even the Taurus is wondering for a second, is it a real trooper? It is, everybody. It is remarkably a real trooper holding that position. Very, very, very stoic face on this trooper. Fantastic, eh? Look at that, everybody. I think when people talk about the professionalism of the British Army and our soldiers around the world, this is a good example. Look at that. In fact, that might be one of the best spots we've ever been in to get the trooper right between two members of the public. It's a damn pity I haven't got my actual camera out, to be fair. Amazing, eh? I mean, really amazing. Of course, I can take a picture of you guys. I was just saying in my video that you two stood in the perfect position with the soldier. Yeah, let me take.
Sorry.
No, it's not a problem. Not a problem. Go ahead, guys. Okay, folks. So I've got their phone, and I'm going to show you how good my photo taking skills are with their phone. Let's see if I can get it spot on. Do you want to check that it's okay? Do you want to see if it's okay? To make sure?
Okay.
Have a look, make sure the picture's okay for you guys.
Yes, it's
Yeah?
okay. It's okay.
Beautiful couple. Oh, wow. Super nice Frenchies, in fact. And they were indeed a very, very fine-looking couple, guys. Wow. Exceptionally so. Okay, so back to the front. Oh. I thought that Frenchie time was over, folks, for the moment. Good to see them back. And look how long this horse's forelock is, look. If it gets much longer, he's going to start having to scratch his own nostrils with his hoofs. I think what I'll do, primarily, depending on what happens in the yard, is try and do a 50-50 split. Been a while since we got so much horsey time, but this morning's relatively chill, so I think I'm going to be quite happy moving between the two horses. I'll also keep an eye, simply because I really do like that trooper who's the gatesman. In fact, I like both the troopers that are in the yard today, if I'm honest. They've both been here since before I started filming, and that's becoming ever rarer, folks. So many of the guys and girls that we were filming in the early days of this channel have moved on. They're either at Bulford, or they've left HCAV, or they have been reassigned elsewhere. In fact, quite a few are actually in Windsor, although some of those that are in Windsor will be back next year. So there's something to look forward to. A lot of very, very, very familiar faces, folks, that have been in Windsor for a year. Some of them were secondment for a year. Should be back here at Horseguards in the boxes before next spring. So that's something to look forward to. Could be a personal friend of mine, so there's going to be a great time actually when they come back. Let's get ourselves to the other end. Now the good news this morning, it's okay, don't worry. The good news this morning, ladies and gents, is that a few of you very kindly sent me links to the main spammy channels. So I've now, I think, got a complete list of all of them. And extraordinarily enough, if you remember back to when the King's Troop were here, there was a situation that became very controversial when a certain lady trooper's family visited. Okay. Now luckily that footage was deleted by most sensible, right-thinking souls at the wish of the gunner. However, one of the spammers, folks, and thank you for drawing my attention to it. One of the lady spammers that we had an argument with a few days ago here, for whatever completely bizarre reason, decided to repost that crying footage a couple of days ago. I can't understand. Well, I think you dropped. Did you drop your glove? Is this your glove on the floor? Yeah. Okay. That's lucky, folks. It actually was his glove. It was just a guess, but I wonder if he was living it as a tribute. But apparently the troopers only accept cash or gift vouchers. Oh, this guy's got like somebody on a video call. Oh no, the trooper told him to get back online. The first time I remember seeing that here, actually. Love that, actually. That's a really, really good idea. He's returning the favour now, so the lovely, kind tourist that took his picture whilst he was on the video call. Let's hope that these two don't get told to move back. So yeah, that footage was republished, guys. What does that tell you? Disgusting opportunism is what it tells me. One thing I forgot to mention as well, because it was quite a busy morning thus far. Extraordinary light, folks, today. We've got one of those days. Here comes the gatesman. Okay, I was hoping that would happen. He's coming over this side. Look, this lady's just been told to get behind the line. She's the second one. A cheeky little scoundrel. I am pretty close this morning, folks. I'm way outside the box, but I'm closer than I usually am, and I'm not happy about that, but it just kind of happened. That's Colin's head. He's close too. Right, now I'm back where the bollards are. Like the saddle strap being adjusted, everybody, to make it a little bit tighter, I guess. What's his like? Oh, that tickles. When you're this close, and I'm looking beyond the camera, how immaculate the kit is. There is not a mark anywhere. I bet they're up this morning at 5:30, starting to clean all this ready for today's duty. Extraordinary and quite magnificent. But yeah, guys, the light, that's what I was trying a couple of times. Oh, I was sure he was going to reach out and give even the trooper looked at him, glared at him. Pretty sure that tourist was going to reach out and give the horse's nose a little scratch. So this end we've got two so far who have been told to get out of the box. Not sure if Blondie's going to make the same mistake. Is that, what's the name of that? Oh, Call Me. That's it, isn't it? That's that famous Blondie song. Call me. Trooper's like, sweetheart, I'm married. Doesn't matter how long you stand there, I'm not interested. I'm trying to see who's her cameraman, but she hasn't got one. I think she's just genuinely interested. She's frozen on the spot by the beauty of this magnificent horse. And the well, that's a little smile. And the horse is frozen on the spot by her, staring at him. Look, there's nowhere to look. He's like, hello. I think they're Brazilian. Sounds to me like Portuguese. I'm trying to ask the trooper a question, but I don't know what she's trying to ask him. Ah, I know what she's trying to ask him. 1 second. Sorry. The sign behind you, on the wall. The sign behind you. yeah, she's asking him, can she touch the horse? And obviously I'm like, hello, there's a sign behind you. She didn't like that, but, you know, them's the rules, ladies and gents. She's like, but I came all the way from Rio de Janeiro to touch the horse for luck. Yeah, I think I can't understand Portuguese, folks, because one, I'm not Portuguese, and two, I'm not Brazilian. But I think her friend's saying something about. But is that actually even Brazilian? Portuguese? Which language is that, people? I'm 90% certain. To my ear, it sounded, or that I can't be absolutely sure. It sounded like they were speaking Portuguese. But they wandered up to the other end now. I bet they're going to try it again. I mean, I'm not going to. Oh, yeah, they're looking back this way. I guarantee they're going to try it again at the other end now. Just be mindful, they're going to get told to get out of the box. Between the two troopers, though, I think they've probably got more of a chance of getting away with it at the other end, if that makes sense. Yeah, they're doing exactly the same thing at the other end. Which, to be honest, is a little bit cheeky. Just went and asked the trooper again and then walked back. So often we see the tourists doing that. They think, hold on a second, just because he or she said no doesn't mean they'll say no at the other end. Anyway, I'm going to focus on the horse and not on who's near the horse. If anybody walks into the frame, so be it. My point is, I'm not going to actively film anyone because we're here for the horses and the troopers, unless somebody actually intentionally misbehaves and is rude and disrespectful. The blaze on this one, though, folks, it is the sharpest blade of them all. It's like an icicle. Hold on. Oh god, here we go again. Oh god. It's the level of entitlement, isn't it, that some people have, which is a bit vexing. Almost like, you know, well, I came all this way, why can't I, sort of attitude. She's not by any means unique. We've seen this so many times here. But it tends to be, should we say, the richer or more affluent looking people that tend to think they're entitled just to go over and break the rules. The way that she looked at me, folks, when I pointed out the sign on the wall. You can be well dressed and you can have lots of money. Doesn't mean you have any class. Oh, fantastic, look at that. This lady trooper just told her to get out of the box. Let's hope Blondie gets shouted at as well. She's just over the just over the line. Anyway, folks, if you could pick up the language, that would be much obliged. I forgot, actually. I feel a bit bad now saying that they've got more of a chance this end, because I forgot just how on it this lady trooper is. Folks, we've seen her many times telling tourists to get them out of the box. And the good news this morning is that yes, we've got the light, yes, we've had the PM, yes, we've had a few interesting moments already, but one thing I've just noticed, I'm pretty sure there are only 2 or 3 of us here in total filming today, which is a nice surprise, gives me a bit of flexibility, guys, being able to stroll around. Let's hope that the traffic is pretty busy today and doesn't unsettle the horses. I don't instinctively think it will, but you never know. Okay, let's get ourselves in a bit of an angle across the front of this one again. I'll move closer when the crowd clears somewhat, because right now it is jammed along the barriers. Okay, we've got a changeover. Imminent, actually, folks. Imminent changeover. The way people shuffle outside the box now around the horse. Love it. And if I move back toward the edge of the street, like way back, oh, we missed it. We kind of got the group shot a little teeny bit. trying to get... Oh, there we are. That's one of my favourite poses, when people sort of, you know, arc their wrist, almost as though they're trying to support the horse's head. Bro's like, if only I'd made some better decisions in life. The tourist, that is, folks, not the trooper. Be interesting actually to see who's up next. Now there is a chance, however slim it might well be, that Mr. Mond is at horseguards. I don't think instinctively, excuse me, that he is or will be, but every other time he's miraculously appeared, like the phantom he is, when we're least expecting it. So they might not be an exception in that respect. Thinking the horse at the other end might well have had a very different feed last night to this horse, because my goodness me, the difference in the waft. This end is very, very gentle. In fact, it could almost be bottled and sold as a HCAV scent, compared to the other end, which is actually rancid. And folks, just as I move away, again. Oh my god, again.
Tô vendo?
I wonder if she wants to buy the horse.
Tô vendo? Ela puxa. Aqui, Hans, vamos ter que dar ali, amada. Vamos ter que... Marquei mais de 300 fotos. Fiz. Ai, meu Deus.
Yes, folks, I'm speechless.
Esse aqui eu tô com cavalo. Aqui, imagem de 5 minutos aqui. Eu fiz agora. Isso do lado, esse aqui. Aí tem uma vez
Ela se emocionou.
ela tem alguma coisa de cavalo.
Si tu veux faire une photo, vas-y. Hein. Juste que j'ai pas mon temps.
Definitely not Portuguese, 100%. I'm leaning more toward Italian or Romanian. Anyway, they've gone now, finally. It's good to see that some people admire the horses in such a way. But at the same time, it's also a little bit disconcerting because there were so many people, as there still are, standing here waiting to get a picture, but they can't because Blondie's in the background. Not only that, it must be a bit unsettling for the troopers having somebody just sort of standing that close. Oh God, here we go again. Frenchies. I was waiting for him to reach out a little bit. Ne touchez pas les rênes, I believe, ladies and gents. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Bro is here, complete with fancy hat. Got a lot of fancy hats here today. There's another one. Look at that. troopers here. Everybody being told to move back. Look at this. Straight off. Move back behind the bollards. Is that you and your kid? Get behind the bollards. Now, interesting enough, when we were last here with the Blues, the trooper that is in camo today as a stableman was the boxman at the other end. So we were told, remember, by the new Blues corporal of horse, 2-3 weeks ago, that there's now no, should we say, upper or lower position. In other words, the boxes and the archers are in equal stature. It doesn't matter how well the troopers are turned out. In other words, the troopers are rotated between all of the spots. But I didn't actually realise, I don't know why, that included the stableman role. Because a lot of the troopers I've never seen as a stableman, to be fair. But I mean, I guess, you know, if you're going to make it equitable, that should include the stableman role. And although, to be fair, some of the troopers prefer that role because, one, you don't need to get your kit ready for ceremonial, and two, of course, you're not dealing with the public. Apparently, day goes a lot slower. Yes, you're taking care of the horses and so on, and helping the troopers on and off the horses, as well as getting dressed and undressed from the kit. But apparently it goes a lot slower when you're the stableman, stablewoman. There's the bell, anyway goes, bing bong. Police are moving out now. Okay, get ourselves reasonably centre on, but we're behind the bollards. Oh, some bright spark tourist said the horses must get tired. Nah, I would never have believed it. Okay, here we go. Someone believing the rules don't apply to her. Get ready for it. I mean, if everyone else is like this, it's not really that complicated, is it, I guess? I like that chompy noise when they do that. It's a kind of good ASMR to my ears. Chomp, 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 chomp. Oh, here comes someone else I didn't realise. Someone was just about to walk into the horse. I literally realised at the last moment. On the phone, not aware there's a horse right here. With its front feet on the public highway. Okay, so who have we got next up, ladies? Oh, familiar face, ladies and gents. In fact, two familiar faces. Oh, I got excited then for a second. I thought it was Ormond. It's not. Here we are. What a beauty, eh? Look at this. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Absolutely spectacular, this one. Wow. He, ladies and gents, is already our picture of the day because he is so thoroughly spectacularly beautiful. And I think I just got today's shot with him looking at the camera. It's dead on. Hello, beauty. Isn't he just gorgeous, guys? Honestly, absolutely spectacular horse. 1 second, let me grab the name from the list. I don't want to get it wrong. So I'm going to risk my camera, guys, getting stolen to share Beauty's ID with all of you. 1 second, folks. I'm just going to concentrate on getting this name for you. Waiting patiently. Look, he's like, is John going to get my name right this time or not? I'm not going to get your name right, Mr. Thor. It's Thor, folks. He's back. back, and as majestic as ever. He's such a big softie as well. Look at this, amazing to see the cooperation between these guys. Bro there with his suitcase on the phone to his broker. Here it comes, look. Yeah, so 7 Bitcoin. His broker's saying, if only you bought them 2 weeks ago, you'd have already have made 30% profit. Actually, folks, thinking back to last month, remember, before the presidential election, a good couple of weeks before, I was saying to you, oh, I can't decide, buy Bitcoin, in one of those videos. Yes, I didn't buy enough, people. It's super annoying. It was floating around the high 60s at that point, and it's since been to 89. Oh my god. But yours truly, like a complete greedy idiot, still didn't sell. I'll sell at 250,000. Oh, this guy was right in the box. Trooper, did you stay behind the white line though, please? You see that? A couple of police beauties. Oh. Wait, something happened. Not sure if the tourist just got squashed next to the... They abruptly stopped the horses for some reason. We'll move to the other end in a minute. Let's see if we can get a quick snap of these two beauties. Oh, cheeky lady having a little pat. Oh, this one's a beauty. Wow. Hey, all right? Wow. Look at this one, guys. Hello. Hello, beautiful. Hello.
The horse's name gone?
Oh, don't do that to me. My memory's not like a bullseye. Oh my god, that was actually a guess. I'm not joking. What about this one? Oh, yeah, we've seen Alvin before, haven't we? Beautiful. Yes, we have. Yes. Look at you. Gorgeous. Oh.
Been on the guard train today. Good horses.
Really busy this morning, guys, or?
It's actually alright in the guard.
Yeah?
Half term's finished.
Yeah, but until the Christmas tourist season starts, and it's all going to kick off again, yeah?
Have a good day, mate.
Yeah, you too. See you soon, guys.
Are you John?
I am indeed.
I'm one of your fans from Massachusetts.
No, you don't really watch my videos. Come on,
I
you're
watch them every day.
Do you really?
I watch them whenever anything's going wrong. I go onto your videos and I feel much better because I forget. Like even the Trump's been elected.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, but being from Massachusetts, that's not the most Republican of states.
We're blue.
Yeah, I know,
John,
I know.
if you didn't mind it, I'd give you a big kiss. I have some gifts for you.
Oh my goodness, you're it's amazing, in fact. People always come to say hi to me, and I'm really humbled by that. It's really thoughtful.
I came yesterday and I talked to one of the MOT guards and they said, no, he's not here. We know who he is.
Yeah, I was going to be here yesterday, but there was an art exhibition last night that I was invited to, where they had a lot of paintings from this year. So I was there last night, that's why I wasn't able to be here during the day yesterday.
You don't look like you could carry anything, though.
I mean, I could, however... Actually, wait, I've got a good idea. 1 second, guys, I'm just going to pause. I'll be right back. Guys, I was just breaking for some time there, having a discussion with Persis from Massachusetts, who's lovely. And what we've just noticed is that somebody has left a bag here. I don't know who it was, but oddly enough, actual rucksack has just been left here at Horseguards. How curious. That's extraordinary. A tourist actually left that giant rucksack. Extraordinary. Police are just having a look at it. I'm not going to go near, guys, because it's not terribly important, but wow. I mean, look at that. They're actually having a look at what's inside. Hopefully there's some... Did you see who actually left it there when... did you see who left it? But that's a very big bag for somebody just to forget. That's super weird, no? In fact, I've never seen that before. Often people will leave a bag for a second for a picture with the horse. Yeah. But how would you just forget a bag that big? I mean, it's like, hello? Scary stuff there. Look at you, super observant there. Good stuff. Gosh, that really is extraordinary, folks. Anyway, the pause roughly while I was talking to Persis. Massive thanks, Persis, to you for talking to me, and also for those gifts. That was an extraordinary conversation, in fact. Massively so. Looks like the officers are unpacking all of it. I wonder... In fact, I wonder if somebody had come along with kids and everything else and just completely forgotten. But there is a massive, I'm going to zoom in, guys, now, because the police haven't told anyone to move back, a massive amount of stuff in that bag. My bet is that it's a homeless gent that's left it, I would say. Judging by how much clothing is stuffed in there, and in a very sort of let's just ram it all in type of arrangement. That's very curious. Well. Extraordinary. Just saying, it's more than likely a homeless chap has accidentally sort of wandered off and left his looking at how much clothing stuffed into the bag. It doesn't like your normal sort of, you know, tourist selection of goodies and so on.
How weird.
That is incredibly strange, though. Lucky that guy came over and mentioned it, because I was talking to you, I hadn't even noticed that it had been left there on...
And the MOD people didn't notice it.
Yeah, exactly that. And look at how many tourists there are at the front. God forbid that bag had something... I mean, look at them all.
Explosion. You know, I remember, was it 1982 or 84, when the IRA blew up a band concert of the Guards in
Hyde Park. Yeah, at the bandstand, yeah.
And they killed, I think, 7 horses and 4...
And here on Whitehall before as well. Thank you, Persis. Even written down, it's a remarkably unique name.
It is.
I am London City.
I live in Spain.
Okay.
And I watch you.
But you're British.
I am.
I thought so.
I've lived out here 10 years. The officer is on Bullseye, is my son.
You're joking.
And I came over, I mean I do come over a lot, but I came over today to see him doing changing of the guard.
Oh,
and
my
I thought,
goodness.
let's come and see you.
Oh,
because every
my
time you see him, I see my son.
Wow, okay, I like that, because a lot of people have said to me before, and actually even last night I was talking to some off-duty lifeguards about the fact that, guys, do you appreciate the attention? Do you like being filmed? Do you like being on video? And I know a lot of them don't, but then I know a lot of their families do, because how else are you guys going to see their service effectively, you know, not quite live, but once removed?
I mean, my husband, he was in the army, he was in the engineers before, and then he was in the fire brigade 30 years, so we retired out to Spain.
Goodness me.
I get to see my son now as well.
Wait, hold on a second. Your son was on Bullseye. Wait, so your son was the...
But you just saw on Bullseye.
Ah, sorry, I'm thinking HCAP for a second. The officer that was on board. Yeah, I see him often, in fact.
Because he was on Barbara the other day. Because
Yes.
I saw you say Barbara, and I laughed because I thought that's a funny name.
It's really funny, actually. Now that you say it, you can see he's got mum's look more than dad's, has he not?
Yes.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Actually, yeah, he's got your jawline.
He's got my personality.
Yeah, he's a super friendly chap, actually. Your son.
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy.
Scarf.
Her son
He's a police officer.
was a police officer who was on one of the horses coming out of the gates this morning. We need to move back, ladies, otherwise we're all going to get in trouble. Look. Oh, here goes the trooper. Oh, is he coming back?
No, I don't think he's coming.
No, it's not, is it? It's 2 other officers.
I'm actually going out to the stable to see him as well.
Oh wow, so you're going to... Oh my goodness me. It's always been like a kind of dream, but I did ask the police before, their PR, if they ever let anyone in, and they said we don't. I can understand why. It would be a wonderful thing to film, but I can understand for operational reasons that it's just like here, yeah, too sensitive.
I must be saying that when I was down here.
That's actually funny, because I've never met any family members of the police officers that often feature in these videos.
I've seen video in front of the guards and holding up proud mum.
Yeah, as your proud mum sitting in Spain
Yeah.
watching him on duty here in London.
Yeah.
Rightly so, rightly so. No, it's my pleasure. Like, thanks for mentioning it. I would never have guessed, but yeah, the smile, I'm getting deja vu. The second I see you smile, you're just like him. Oh, wow. No, my pleasure. Enjoy that preview at the stables. How jealous am I right now, I tell you. My pleasure. Oh, wow, guys, that was a channel first as well. Oh, good lord. Good lord, I almost walked into the trooper then, guys. What a fool I am. I was not concentrating. Oops. I completely forgot. See, that would have been absolutely 100% my fault. Apologies to the trooper if you're watching this. I was not concentrating at all then, and that would have been completely my own fault, and I would have deserved to get pushed, shoved, and or shouted at. Wow. Sorry folks, I was so distracted, and I did mention to ladies we need to get out of the trooper's way, and then like a fool, I almost got in his way myself. Oh, good lord. This is why sometimes I need to be more careful when I'm talking to members of the public or you viewers that come and visit, because can you imagine how awkward it would be for me and how bad I would feel if I accidentally got in the trooper's way as he was doing his rounds. It gave me a bit of a fright actually, a bit of a jump. He's going back. Luckily the group are keeping way out of his way to the archway. Now the next changeover, ladies and gents, that particular trooper will be replaced. That next changeover actually though is in 30 minutes. Go back to the front, a little bit more time with the horses. Another extraordinary morning.
Oh yeah, he's all over.
Let's see what's going to happen now. Interestingly, there's only myself and one other fellow who's a very, very polite fellow who's filming. Oh god, actually I spoke too soon. What a surprise. She's back, tripod right in front again. Give me for a second guys, so many people here, it's really busy. That is the part, and I won't go into the details, that is the part that is massively resented by the troopers. People in fixed positions for hours, and she'll be there now probably until 4 o'clock with that tripod. Extraordinary. Is the bro just strolling over? Is he going to touch the horse? What do we think? We didn't get as much tourist time as I was hoping for today, folks, but goodness me. Talk about an unexpected sequence of events.
Basta sumingit kayo pag may kuya. Go na, dali na. Basta sumingit kayo, pinaya. Dali.
It's interesting, I probably should have mentioned to the police that the guy who spotted the bag thought it might be from a homeless chap. In fact, I'll go and mention that. The person that came over sort of said to me about the bag, he seemed to think it was like some homeless guy had left it. Like maybe a bit. The guy that came in sort of said, "Oh look, there's a bag," because I hadn't noticed it either. He seemed to think it was some homeless person had left it.
I saw it, they found it.
Oh,
yeah, it's a tourist.
It looked like it was stuffed with like some homeless guy's clothes and stuff.
No, it's baby clothes.
A bag that big, just like wandering off and all. I suppose you're doing it. I'm thinking like, hold on a second, what if something's in it? Yeah. Okay, good news. Thanks. Okay, folks, it was a tourist in the end. I'm glad I spoke to the police then, otherwise we'd never have known. It was actually a tourist that had stuffed their bag full of baby clothes. Extraordinary. Anyway, all's well that ends well, as a certain person. We're back. The police just said that the person that left the bag came back to get it. It was a tourist who'd filled the bag with baby clothes. and came back to reclaim it. I didn't even see that happen, but
You
apparently.
mean they put it down and forgot?
Yeah.
I do things like that.
So do I, actually. And luckily not here, because everything's attached to my body, with like straps and stuff. But at home, all the time, I put things down, and then, or where did I leave it?
There's even a Russian phrase. Устая голова, ногам покоя не дает.
Oh my God, я не понимаю. Wait, do it say slowly?
Устая голова,
Something on the head,
an empty head,
empty head.
nogam, to the legs.
Okay.
Покоя не дает, gives the feet no rest.
Oh my God, вы говорите по-русски тоже?
Я говорю по-русски.
А
Я
как?
занималась на Калифорнийском университете.
Ah, okay. You studied Russian as a student, or you
Yes,
teach it?
as a student.
Oh my goodness gracious. How the hell is your memory so much better than mine that я забыл всё?
Because you have more on your mind than
Well,
I
I mean, yeah, maybe actually thinking about it, maybe.
do. Устая голова.
Yeah, it makes sense actually thinking about it. If there is a lot going on, yeah, you're going to be a little bit more forgetful about things.
Well, you forget, you remember the things you want to remember unless you're at work or something.
Yeah, it's true. Plus, there's so much going on here this morning as well. This is why after I finished talking with you and the lovely lady whose son's a police officer, I almost, and it will be in today's video, almost walked into the guard. Yeah, he glared at me and I deserved it. Oops, super awkward moment. Oops. Yeah, oopsie, oopsie.
Busy place, a lot going on. I have another question.
Look at this, chap with a bowler hat. Oh, it didn't turn in time.
What do you suppose he is?
He will be,
A minister?
I would think, probably a senior civil servant. Let's see, if he goes to the right, it's the Military Defence Building. If he goes to the left, it's just a rich person going to Raffles for the spa.
He even has a black umbrella and a briefcase.
My money is going to be that he's MOD. It's normally retired officers that wear a bowler and carry an umbrella. So I'm going to guess, let's see what happens folks, that he's going to go right when he crosses over. I'm happy to film him because we can't see his face. Plus he's in public anyway, to be fair. Let's see what happens. What do you think? Left or right? Left, Raffles Hotel, maybe for lunch. A bit of lobster, something like that. Or right to the Ministry of Defence Building, which is just over there.
I'm guessing right.
Yeah, me too. I'll be very surprised actually if he doesn't go right.
I remember your argument with a lady who was, I think she was Welsh. She had a tour group, and she was saying, "You're filming my students."
Oh, yeah,
you got
yeah,
in the
yeah.
argument. You said, "You're filming the horse. If they get in front of the horse, they're going to be filmed."
Welsh school teacher. Here we go. Are they heading right?
No, lunch at Raffles.
Yeah, now I'm guessing definitely MOD, but on a nice healthy expense account, hence free lunch at Raffles. Guys, I'm very close to the end of today's video. We're not there yet. A little bit of time at this end, and then we'll finish up at the other end. It's been a bit of an ad hoc one, guys. Apologies today, but you know that sometimes events are out of my control. But what an extraordinary morning again. I always forget actually how quickly things can go in a totally random direction. I don't know actually why this trip is not saying a single thing about the ladies that are in the box, because look, zoom right out folks, sorry, she was completely, this guy's right in the box as well, look. That's very curious why nothing's being said. Look, this gent is in the box as well. I do, I said I wouldn't mention it, but let's just say that I've got more of an insight, folks, as to why often people are allowed into the box, but it's not something I can really... I did say yesterday that anything I discuss with anybody would be off the record, and I need to adhere to that. Let's just say that social media certainly plays a part in certain troopers' decisions. That's all I'm going to say. That I think is generic enough to give you an idea of what I mean without being specific. To be honest though, more people are standing on the line or outside it by far than are going over the line and into the box.
Yok, şöyle gidiyoruz. Hadi. Zaten galeri görünüyor. Sarı şey var ya orada.
Ha evet.
Of course he's looking, like constantly, he's glaring over at the camera. The extraordinary thing, actually, to be honest, about the rucksack being left here is the fact that he only left the rucksack, mercifully enough, and didn't actually leave his kids plus the rucksack. Same amount of time. Actually, wait, we have seen that before. We do have at least one video where somebody left their kid here at Horse Guards, and the police had to reunite the little girl, I think. Had to reunite her with her parents. So that has happened before. Just thinking one day it will happen. It's already happened. To be honest, almost every inconceivable we've ever thought of has actually transpired to happen in one of the videos, isn't it, in the past year and a half. Horsey. Oh, goodness me. That blaze again. I should know by now. Is it Zadok? I can't remember. It's annoying me. Especially now I've been so distracted this morning. 1 second, folks. I thought instinctively when I saw him, I'm thinking Zadok, but let's have a quick look. Oh. No, it's not Zadok. 1 second, everyone. It's Zambezi, isn't it? What am I talking about? Yeah, sorry, guys. Oh, those kids that we were told to get back Dutch, I think. Good to see this trooper actually being so stern. Oh my goodness, there's another massive group arriving now. I might have to end up going into part 2 today, guys, simply because of that time that was cut out a little earlier. We'll think about it when we get to the end of part 1 imminently. Oh, I've got a Top Gun t-shirt. This lot has just turned up. I'm trying to think to myself, judging by the fuzzy haircuts and so on, they're likely to be Frenchies. Very stern this morning, actually. We should have the rounds happening any moment, actually, and I think after I get the troopers' rounds, I might do a brief part 2, folks, to make up for the lost time. We didn't have anywhere near as much horsey time as I wanted to give you today, so my apologies for that, but I think you can understand why it happened that way. Now, the good news is also the bad news. But hold on a second, guys, before that happens. 1 second. Here comes the trooper. In fact, here comes 2 troopers. Girls didn't notice he was coming and they had their suitcase there. It wasn't actually in his way, but it wasn't not in his way either, if that makes sense. Amazing that we get to view the entire... Oh, sorry, you okay? Yeah? We get to view the entire box, luckily, with almost zero obstruction. Oh great, here we go. Second I say it, it's an obstruction. How many times I stood in this position, and rarely, very rarely, is there no one in the frame. Got more people with suitcases. Look at it. I don't get either, guys, why people drag that much luggage to horse guards. I really can't understand it. It's exceedingly curious. The thing is, there's actually no one else filming except for a couple of spammers at the moment. Completely irrelevant. So I just know that I've got a sort of sense that something interesting is going to happen this afternoon. I don't know why. It's one of those days. It has been actually since I got here. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to not get anyone's way when getting their pictures taken. Oh, that's it, chap. Don't worry about the camera. Just too many people there, actually, guys, to be able to get directly in front. Way too many. Okay, that's better. Finally, we're in. Oh my goodness me. It's really extraordinary how many people there are. We've got no kind of public holidays, folks. There's nothing out of the ordinary going on. But it's packed on a Wednesday afternoon. Like, what? I think actually this is why we'll be back tomorrow. I think there's a very high probability that we'll be back here tomorrow. Also, it's going to be the Blues' last day this week. Lifeguards will take over Friday morning. They'll be here until Monday morning. At least next weekend will be a full Blues weekend, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that Ormon's not here with his contingent.
Can you take me a picture?
I'll actually let this run a little longer. Let's see what happens here, because a massive group have just turned up. Look, that's one group, folks, one giant group. I missed him as they're from France. 100%. Okay, here we are for the first time today. As we get near the end, we're finally in the middle, directly in front of the horse. This spot is like prime real estate, folks. Spammer real estate. If part 2, which I might shoot, ends up being interesting, I'll link to a part 2 under this video. If you don't see a part 1 of 2, it means that this was a one-off. Instinctively, I think the numbers here are due to the weather, guys. It's very mild and very bright. In fact, it's quite lovely actually to be outside. And all of these tourist moths that are coming out for the light and for the flame will be here again tomorrow. Why? Because at the moment the forecast for tomorrow is much like today. Reasonable. What's wrong about it being Zambezi? I think I'm going to cry. I'm going to stick, I think, with my my Thor image as a picture of the day because it came out really well. Not sure why he's a little bit restless. There are a lot of people around the front here, but no one's even close to the horse. That takes us perfectly to the end, guys. Thanks for watching, people. I'll be back real soon. You know I will. Bye for now.